Hey guys, what's up? KLN here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. As you guys can see, we're an ultimate team, and today we have a Total Rush Iago Aspas review. So let's get straight into the gameplay highlights, and starting off here with some really good dribbling in the absolutely horrible lag that we do experience, as always, but unfortunately we just don't end up scoring. However, Brolin is on hand to tap in the rebound, and we do get another goal basically immediately after that. So we win the ball back here with the goal scorer, actually Thomas Brolin, and Iago Aspas plays an absolutely beautiful pass into Vinicius, and a few passes later Marquisio ends up smashing that into the top corner. Heading on to the next clip here, Rosiski plays a first time pass in behind. Iago Aspas does have the chip shot plus playstyle, testing it out there, and he digs it perfectly over the goalkeeper, well more like it was next to the goalkeeper, but regardless beyond the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. So in the second half here, Rosiski gets it through into Vinicius, and I could have very easily probably scored that, but I decided to just cross it into the box. Aspas jumps up, wins the header, and he does get goal number 2 of this video. And moving on to game number 2 of this video, Aspas drops deep, gets the ball into Vinicius, continues his run after making a pass back to him, and can he just get a goal from that? He can actually, and despite having 10 men in this game, we have somehow managed to equalize, and it's 2-2, and here it is a brilliant pass from Iago Aspas, and from there we are able to tuck away the chance. Vinicius ends up scoring, but all that possible because of Aspas just showcasing that he can drop deep and create chances, but he can also go ahead and score goals all by himself. Some absolutely phenomenal dribbling right there, switches it onto the right foot, back onto the left foot, and then he hits it across the goalkeeper and in. Heading on to the next game, Balde gets it into Vinicius over the top to Gravenberch, just touches it down for Iago Aspas. Beautiful football, and Aspas does have a tap-in at the end of it. Is this going to be another tap-in for Aspas? No, because it is an absolutely perfectly weighted chip shot over the goalkeeper on the 4-star weak foot, mind you, and into the back of the net, perfectly lobbed over, and you guys can see that from the replay. This guy's had enough, he pauses, and he does end up quitting. So, into the next match, as a result of that, Balde gets it into Di Lorenzo. A beautiful pass through. Here's Iago Aspas, keeper gets a hand to it, but can't keep it out, and we have another goal with the Spanish international. Here on the counter-attack, Marquisio finds Aspas, plays it back into Rosiski. Is he going to continue that run? Yes, he is. The attack positioning on this card is absolutely brilliant. Again, on 4-star weak foot, just digs it perfectly over the goalkeeper that's coming out. And we have an equalizer courtesy of the man of the moment here. Fancy, unnecessary, but fancy pass into Vinicius, who sends it through Rosiski. Does he get to it? He does. And a wonderful pass, but you guys could just see the run that Aspas made in that split second just to move into that gap was absolutely phenomenal. That was not a triggered run, he just moved by himself, which is extremely useful, and he does end up scoring there. It's some excellent dribbling. Again, he continues his run, and unfortunately this goal will not count because it was offside, but you can clearly see it does exit from skill moves extremely fast. So if you know what you're doing and when you're doing it, he is most likely going to be unstoppable when dribbling with the ball. Unfortunately there we don't end up scoring a free kick, but we do end up making a beautiful assist here, a perfectly weighted reverse pass into Darwin Nunez, and we get the goal. So, on to what I think is the last clip of this video. We make that pass from Aspas into Brolin. Again, he makes it run over the top, and this time he is unable to just dink it over the goalkeeper. We end the video off on an L, but regardless, he is still an absolutely phenomenal card. So, with that being said, like I said, it was the last clip of this video, and it is time now to actually go ahead and review the card. So in 7 games, he has managed 9 goals and 1 assist, which is actually kind of decent considering it was all in division rivals in Division 3. Now, I did try him out in the striker position and in that cam position, where he did end up getting the assist actually. But in the striker position, I did try him out in 2 different roles, as well as a shadow striker at cam. So in the striker position, I tried him out as an advanced forward, and I also tried him out as a poacher. I will touch more on this in just a second, but I think he can play as a poacher, but in my opinion, advanced forward is honestly the way to go. And if you are playing him in that position, then I do think actually the basic chem style is the best chem style to use on Now you guys might call me crazy for that, but it does boost the sprint speed, which I think he does need. The shot power goes up. I think well, it's never too bad to have higher shot power than he does have. The attack positioning is pretty solid. Long shots don't really need to be that high. He's playing a striker. He's going to mainly be inside the box. So long shots don't matter. Passing is absolutely brilliant. And getting the +4 to short passing and long passing and vision and curve, I think it's very useful having him as an advanced forward because he can actually create more chances for your team rather than just being that guy who's going to get the ball and run it behind, which I did try him as, by the way. That would be the poacher role. And he is pretty solid. He does run it behind, and you cannot really catch him unless you're running alongside him with Van de Ven or someone with like over 89 pace, Van de Ven or Ivo Gomez or Militao, for example. But in general, you can't really catch this guy. So in all honesty, he can play in the poacher role. I just think that the advanced forward role does bring out more on the card, and you can actually use this card to its full potential. You can also try him out a cam as a shadow striker, but if you are one of those people that don't like playing their players out of their recommended roles, then I think advanced forward in striker position is the way to go. Now the pace is pretty solid. He can run away from players. He is fast enough to accelerate away from them as well with the ball. Pace is pretty solid. I think he deserves an 8.8 out of 10. Shooting is brilliant. The chip shots are phenomenal. He basically scores every single one, which is actually kind of mental. The shooting does deserve, in my opinion, a 9.1 out of 10 because apart from the chip shots, he also scores normal shots, power shots. Didn't really get a chance to test out the finesse shots, but I'm sure he scores those too. Passing is brilliant for a striker. It is sensational, which is why I did try him out in the cam position, and he does actually do a pretty good job there as well, as I mentioned earlier. So in all honesty, passing deserves an 8.5 out of 10. It is actually pretty solid, and he can help build up the play for the rest of your team. The dribbling on the card is absolutely phenomenal, and you can clearly see why. He's got insane, absolutely insane dribbling stats, and he comes out of skill moves very quickly, as I mentioned earlier on in this video. And all in all, the dribbling is pretty cracked. The left stick is solid. The L1 and R1 dribbling is pretty good too. So no, that's a straight dribbling and controlled dribbling if you want on PlayStation. So dribbling gets a 9.2 out of 10. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And the physical isn't great. He does get pushed off the ball. He does get tired. In all honesty, it's nothing special, but it's Iago Aspas. You are expecting it. So physical does get a 7 out of 10. All in all, I spent about 260k on this card, or 250k on this card actually. His price did end up dropping after the price cap did eventually increase, so that took quite a while. But as of right now, it's going for around 280k. Do I think he's worth it? I do. I genuinely do. I think he's a very good card, one of the better strikers you can get in La Liga, or just for your team in general. He is a well-priced, very good striker in this game that you can get, put in your team, and he would act perfectly as a support striker, but he can also be that primary striker who's going to go forward, get you goals, and win you games. So, with that being said, I do bring an end to the video. If you liked it, smash the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until then, guys, stay tuned for the next one. Peace.